And next week, if you want some true Italian food, we've got the festival just for you.
We certainly do. We are so excited to once again have Dr. Mark D'Annunzio here with us. We also have Ginny Barberi with the Sons and Daughters of Italy. And welcome back, guys. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Joe. Thanks for having us.
I knew it was y'all because I smelled it.
Oh, you can't. They're going to smell it in downtown Pensacola. That's how they're going to find their way to St. Joseph's Church. Just follow the garlic smell.
There you go. So let's talk a little bit about the Festa Italiana. When is it coming up, Ginny?
It will be on Friday and Saturday, October 8th and 9th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, so there you see on the bottom of the screen, free admission. And talk to me about some of the dishes that you're going to have a chance to try when you come out.
Well, we've had to scale back because of COVID.
Sure.
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
But we're going to have shrimp scampi, which we sold 1,300 plates at the Seafood Festival.
That's all you
Amazing.
need. We've been doing Studio 10 for, I think this is coming up on our 11th year now. This is one of my all-time favorite dishes on the show, y'all. You got to get the recipe for this. So we've started with some garlic. What do we all have going on in there?
Okay, so you got a stick of butter, one stick of butter, that's a 1/4 pound of butter, then 12 cloves of chopped garlic. We use the chopper. It works great, gives us a uniform size, and then we're going to put in half a cup of canola oil. We've kind of changed the recipe.
Okay.
We find that the canola oil is more milder than the olive oil, and imparts a better flavor and lets the butter flavor come through.
How about that?
Yes. So I was telling Ginny on the drive over here, every time we cook, we find some new innovation that we use to make it better and to make it easier, because as I told you, we served 1,300 plates of this during the Seafood Festival. And we're going to have this, and at our Festa, we're going to have spaghetti and meatballs. We made 1,500 homemade meatballs, rolled them ourselves at the church, and they're going to be available. So spaghetti with meatballs, shrimp scampi, desserts, tiramisu, pizzelles, and we're going to have meatball heroes. So we're ready to do it, and we'll have the volunteers, and you'll get that. The smells, the flavors of an Italian street festival.
That's it.
Sounds great. So that's coming up next week, and as we're talking about, so you can check that out. We're going to do more cooking in a bit, but I also want to ask you, just out of curiosity, you're not making it today, but what goes into all these meatballs you're rolling? How do y'all make those meatballs?
That's a secret. We could tell you.
Come on now.
No, you know how we chose. You know how we chose it. We chose the recipe. We had a meatball cook-off in the lodge, and had voting not by the person but by blind taste test, and we actually picked our president's recipe. So it's ground chuck.
President for a reason.
Our president, yes, had the best meatball. Patty Russo is our president. So ground chuck. She uses also eggs, breadcrumbs, and there's diced onions and diced peppers in there. That's the major stuff. Some people, like me, when I make meatballs, it's beef and pork, about 50-50. But Patty's, it's ground chuck. She won the contest. Can't argue with that. And we tried them when we rolled them out the other day and cooked them up. It was an excellent meatball, so you will not be disappointed.
Everyone is in for a treat for sure. All right, so we're going to get to cooking more when we come back for our second segment with the Festa Italiana this morning. Chelsea, you know that I talk about Italian food all the time.
Happy Friday. It's always a good time when you get to start the weekend off with Italian food. We've got Dr. Mark and Ginny with Sons and Daughters of Italy on the show this morning. Guys, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are so excited that you guys are here, and we are talking about a shrimp scampi dish this morning, right, Mark?
We are shrimp scampi Napolitano, but with tomatoes in it. So scampi doesn't usually have that, so this is kind of it's not truly Italian, it's Italian-esque.
I like it. Italian-esque, Italian-ish. It's still delicious, though. That's all you need to know. So we're gearing up for this wonderful festival that's coming up next weekend.
Yes.
Is it in Pensacola? Is that correct?
In Pensacola downtown at St. Joseph's Church, 140 West Government Street.
All right, so a lot of fun. We'll have more details on that here in just a second throughout the show. We do want to focus on on the food this morning. So we've got some butter in there, of course the garlic too. What's next?
Okay, so we're going to turn up the heat. What we've done is we, again, chopped the 12 cloves of garlic, and don't burn the garlic.
Very
Just
important.
don't burn the garlic. If you burn the garlic, then you might as well just start all over again.
Yeah.
So the garlic's in there, half a cup of the canola oil, then you bring it up to heat, and you put, this is 1 pound of shrimp from Joe Patty's, and Joe Patty is a platinum sponsor for our Festa. We thank Frank Patty for that. Next, we're going to sprinkle on some, this is probably the one of the key ingredients, and Montreal steak seasoning or Canadian steak seasoning, whichever you can get. We're going to sprinkle that on the shrimp and let that cook. And then after that, here's where we come in with the tomatoes. Now I've actually increased the number of tomatoes from the original recipe. Before we used to put 2 cups. Now I use, for a single pound of shrimp, 3 cups of diced tomatoes, and that.
I love, what I love about a shrimp scampi dish is that it can be as simple as you want to make it, but you guys are really taking it to the next level with this amazing, the amazing amount of tomatoes that you put in there, as well as that seasoning too. But this is all part of a really cool cause. Now, Frank, you were just telling me about Sons and Daughters of Italy that you guys are both a part of. Right. Not only do you create and celebrate the Italian culture and create the food along with it, but you guys donate millions and millions of dollars.
Yes, we're a national group of men and women who've donated tens of millions of dollars to charities and for scholarships while preserving Italian culture and heritage.
And you were just telling me, Miss Jenny, that you don't actually have to be Italian. If you just love the culture, you can be a part.
And we have several members who are not Italian.
They're social members.
They're social members.
Social members, they're welcome, and they enjoy the Italian culture and the food. And they help and they volunteer.
Yes.
So
That's
everybody's
very
welcome.
important.
And we're going to have a membership booth at the Festa. So you can sign up right there. And every year we get about 30 new members from that membership booth. So it's great.
Wow.
So if you're there and want to sign up, come on by our membership booth and we'll get you signed up, and you can start helping us cook and enjoying the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, and you can eat too. That's
right.
important. So we'll have more information about that and the Festa coming up next weekend here in just a minute. Joe?
I now have a fork for the Festa Italiana. We are with the Sons and Daughters of Italy. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Always love having you here. The big festival is coming up next weekend, right?
Friday and Saturday, the 8th and 9th, 11 to 6, St. Joseph's Church in downtown Pensacola. Be there.
You know what I think I have a soccer tournament in Pensacola that weekend.
Perfect.
Might have an opportunity to swing
We'll
by.
be looking for you.
Getting pretty excited. All right, so we've been working on your shrimp scampi today. Tell the folks at home what you've done so far.
All right, so we finished up the shrimp. You always know when the shrimp are done, they turn from translucent to white. And you can, they hold the heat. And we finished the spaghetti, and now we're just going to pour this all over.
Yes, do that.
There we go.
That looks so good. So while you're doing this, we want to let folks know that you have actually made this dish on the show before. However, you have been perfecting the recipe over time, and you have changed a few things. Tell the folks about those additions.
Yep.
Or changes, I should say.
Yeah, we put in now, instead of 2 cups of diced tomatoes, we put in 3 cups for each pound. And we changed over from olive oil, which was a little heavier, to the canola oil, which is lighter. My Italian relatives are probably shaking their head. You know, you got to make it with olive oil, but no, it has a better flavor. It lets the flavor of the butter come through. So we think they still have the regular shrimp we get from Joe Patty's Seafood and the Montreal or Canadian steak seasoning.
Man, so good. The shrimp are cooked perfectly. I know it's harder to cook on TV because you need to time everything out, but it is absolutely stunning. Guys, one more time, where's the festival taking place, and how can the folks come on out to check it out?
Sure. St. Joseph Church, downtown Pensacola, at the corner of Spring Street and Government, and it's 11 to 6, Friday and Saturday, the 7th and 8th.
Well, thanks for
The 8th and the 9th.
thanks for making me up a plate. I'm looking forward to it.
The whole plate.
I'm not sure if there will be any left over for Chelsea there, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very
Doug.
much.